Hello, welcome everyone to our class today. As always, it's such an honor. It just brings so much joy to my heart, and I hope to yours, that we can be here together today. I'm just noticing that my lights on either side of me are not on. That's why it's a little bit dark. Oh well, we'll live with that today. All right. So today's class is going to be centered around the theme of stress and rest. We know that our body needs to have stress in order to adapt, whether it's emotional stress, whether it's physical stress, as in, lifting a weight to stress the muscle, to be able to grow the muscle, whether it's emotional strength, stress to be able to become resilient when we do deal with stressful situations. So stress is not the evil thing that sometimes we um, kind of perceive it to be. Too much, of course, is not good. So today's yoga practice is going to be kind of centered around finding that balance between stress and rest. So we are going to be moving our body in a nice flow today, but we're also going to take a moment to rest after we do that, to really appreciate the work versus the rest. So I'd like you to find a space today that's comfortable. We're going to begin with our breath work, and then we're going to get our bodies moving. So let's go ahead and get ourselves comfortable. I'm going to switch the music just a little bit to a little bit softer music, and then we're going to get into and then I'll switch the music back to something different. Um, so get yourself comfortable. Find a place on your maybe yoga block or yoga mat or your bolster if you want to find yourself seated. And we're going to just begin by finding our breath. So maybe close your eyes if it feels comfortable for you. You can absolutely keep your eyes open with your gaze soft ahead. And I want us just to begin by finding an easy breath into the body through the nose and in out of the body through the nose. And as you're breathing, start to notice maybe if there's any physical attributes of stress that might be working its way into your body or is present. Maybe your shoulders are a little bit tight. Maybe sometimes just the sense of having a weight kind of pressing down on our body, whether it's an emotional weight, whether it's a physical kind of sensation of just feeling weighed down by something that's dragging on you. Tune into that. Tune into that space. Maybe it's just an unconscious clenching of the jaw or the eyes. Here, I want us to explore this idea of rest and rest without expectation. We're not seeking any specific sensation. We're not trying to pull out something. We're just trying to observe and be present with the current place that we're in, not seeking a goal or something specific. And start to notice the ease of the breath entering the body. See if there's a way you can make that breath flow into the body with a really lovely, calm, balanced path inward. Perhaps drawing the breath to any area of the body that is calling your attention. Now I'd like you to also notice the back of your body. Are you finding yourself slumping forward? Maybe you can invite some energy in through the spine by growing a bit longer, a bit taller, grounding your sits bones down into the earth, holding the back of your neck nice and long, but also finding a space where you're not straining or stressing the body to find length, but rather finding that subtle sense of ease to find that length in a restful way. It feels supported. It doesn't feel like strain. Maybe you even notice the pads of your fingers. Maybe they're gripping onto your knees or your thighs in any way. Maybe soften the fingers. Soften the shoulders down away from the ears. Just notice now the quality of the breath entering the body. Maybe there's a little bit more depth to the breath. Maybe there's a bit more awareness of the breath. Whatever it is, just bring some awareness to that space without having any sort of expectations tied to it. And today I'd like us to set our intention. And maybe it's centered around our theme of stress and rest. Maybe you repeat yourself, you are restful, you are calm, you are at peace. Or maybe you bring your attention to your awareness, your presence, being present with the work that will be in the body. Maybe I am present, I am here, I will not judge, and I will not expect. Now let's begin to just explore this idea of stress and rest. And I'd like us to take that into our breath. So we're going to begin by taking a nice, big, deep breath to the belly, and then a quite vigorous exhale out of the mouth as this clearing breath. And we're just going to take a moment of pause to just rest the body, absorb the breath, notice it, notice the feeling, and then we'll take another inhale. So when you're ready, let's take a deep breath to the belly, and then a big exhale out of the mouth. And then just take a moment of pause. Beautiful. Breathe in and breathe out. And then pause. Now, as you're doing this, continue to do this at home. Notice what happens to your body as you exhale. You might start to feel the muscles working in the back of the body. And then as you take that moment of pause, you feel that maybe release of the muscles. That's that rest part. Take that breath in and out. Let's do 3 more cycles. Now just breathe normally. Rebalance, resettle. Good. Let's go ahead and open our eyes. Beautiful. Nice and tall through the body. If you're lying down, let's go ahead and sit down. And let's go ahead and we're going to extend our body long. We're going to reach, breathing in with the right arm extending overhead. Take the left arm out to the side and just a gentle side bend. Breathe in. Beautiful. And then exhale, release that right arm out to the right side. Left arm reaches. And extend. Beautiful. Let's repeat that a few more times. Breathing in and then breathing out. Breathe in, find that moment of transition. Feel that length through the side body, out to the side, soften through center. Breathe in. Beautiful. And breathe out. One more time. Good. And make our way back through center. Nice job. Take the hands to the knees. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Open the heart. Exhale around the shoulders. Pull in the belly, finding your seated cat cow. Breathe in. Find that expansion of the heart. Lift up through the chest. Exhale, round in. There's this fine point. Breathe in and open, where we kind of find this little moment of rest. Like it's almost like this feeling. Just tune into that feeling. Tune into the work, and then that little point where there's a little feeling. You might kind of take those little moments through all the different areas of your poses today. So there will be moments of rest, but there'll also be moments within the work phase that we can just take just that little minute minute. I don't really mean 60 seconds, but that micro minute, if you will, of a pause. Good. Let's make our way into one more cat and one more cow. And just feel the work of the muscles here. Just what are you doing? Back of the body, core. Now let's make our way into that neutral spine. And we're going to do our Sufi rolls here. So shoulders are back. Back is nice and long and really finding that lift through the chest. And we're just going to kind of circle our upper body here. This is one of those movements that I always find really, really interesting for my particular body. I can feel this real desire to want to go into it really deeply, but I also feel really aware, I guess, of the work and the balance that takes place when we do Sufi rolls. Because if we go too far back, you can feel like we're going to really strain through the body. So just explore, feeling that movement. Maybe close the eyes here. I love just to kind of tune into it. It's almost like just exploring the body and just kind of being one in this movement. We'll do two more in this direction. We're going to switch it up. And let that breath continue to be soft in the body. Good. And let's go ahead and reverse the direction. So again, just kind of working opposite direction. And let the shoulders be soft. Just notice any parts of the body that might be feeling a little stressed here. So maybe you're feeling this a little bit in the back. Maybe you're feeling it in the shoulders. Maybe you're clenching without realizing and just adding a little bit of stress into the body. And again, come back to that unconscious kind of stress that we may put on ourselves without even realizing it. Okay, let's do one more in this direction, and then we're going to come back through setup. We're going to take that moment of pause. So let's slowly make our way back into center. Soften the body and just feel your body relax into it. Just take this moment of rest. Beautiful. Take a nice couple of deep breaths to the belly and exhale, release the shoulders. Just kind of absorbing this moment of rest. Beautiful. Great. And then when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, let's go ahead and open the eyes. We're going to make our way into our all fours for our tabletop position for another cat-cow. And we're going to take our hands underneath our shoulders. Of course, you know the drill with the knees. Make sure you're comfortable and that you've got some nice padding underneath the knees. So again, there's no stress on the joints. Shoulders are going to roll back. Hands are going to press into the floor. Tops of the feet are going to press into the floor. Back is going to be long like a tabletop. Breathe in, tilt the pelvis forward, open up the heart, let the belly drop. Exhale, round in through the spine, pull the belly in. Now start to feel that expansion of the ribs. And then as you transition from tailbone to crown, feel that moment, right? There's that little like Good. I want you to flow here, deepening the breath, feeling that sunshine of your heart stretching forward. Beautiful. Maybe we're using our Ujjayi breath. This is a beautiful breath to really just explore and calm and center our mind. Beautiful. Good. Let's do 2 more. And then last one. Excellent. Let's make our way back into our tabletop position. Now, maybe you're noticing a bit of the work in the arms here. They're feeling a bit of that pressure of the body weight. I'd like you to take your left knee into the center, and you're going to continue to work those arms here. So just feel that work. Extend the right leg about hip height. And we're going to point the toes here, pulling into the core so your low back is not arching. And we're going to create some circles. Small circles in one direction, just working through the glute here. And I want you to feel that work in through the glutes. This is a beautiful example of some work and rest here. Good. Now let's do 2 more circles in this direction. And then let's come back and reverse direction. Don't let that leg extend or come back to the floor. Small circles. Press into the hands. You're working the upper body, you're working the lower body, you're feeling all sorts of activation of muscles. Good. 2 more. Beautiful. And then bend that knee, come back through center and shift back into child's pose. And here I want you to take that rest. I want you to let the glutes relax, let your body relax, let your arms relax, let your forehead touch the ground, or stack your hands so your forehead is rested. Take a nice big breath to the back of the body. Let your body release here. Just feeling and absorbing and appreciating this rest. Good. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Letting that right glute just kind of stream down and let all the muscles just kind of chill out here a bit. Good. Let's go ahead and come back into our all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees come back in towards center. This time take that right knee a bit more into center. Press the hands into the floor. Extend the left leg, point the toe, head reaches up on top of the rest of the spine. Energize through that back leg, and let's start our circles. Really tiny. Pull the abdominals in. And I want you to feel all that stress, a sense of control in the movement here. So we're really energizing through the legs. We can feel the muscles working. We can feel the glutes working, the core, the arms, the shoulders. Really focused in the movement here. We're going to start getting that little bit of burn in the glutes here. And try to breathe into it. Remember, you're going to get that rest shortly. So let's just breathe into this. Let's do 2 more circles. Good. And let's go ahead. Keep that leg lifted and reverse the direction. One side might feel very different to the other here. Beautiful. Continue to breathe in. Good. Let's do 2 more circles. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. And then bend the knee and come back into child's pose. Come back to our moment of rest here. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe extend the arms, maybe you don't. Finding whatever version of child's pose feels restful and best for your body. And this is where I really want you to take this theme to its max. So let the rest really be like, allow yourself to completely melt down here. This is really the purpose of that stress and rest kind of option that we're inviting into our practice today. So we've got both sides to it here. We can't always be stressed and we can't always be at rest. So we're really finding that beautiful balance here. Good. Let's go ahead and let's breathe in, make our way into tabletop. We're going to move ourselves into our downward facing dog. Now, for those of us maybe who are taking care of our shoulders, maybe we'll do a couple more cat cows if you'd like to, okay? Curl the toes under, and I want you to shift your hips back, press your hips up, extend your heels down towards the ground, maybe drop the heels, maybe, or maybe open up the feet a little wider, and I want you to press into the hands, really focusing on the thumb and the pointed finger here. Let the back of the legs just extend down towards the floor, pressing the heels down, lifting the sits bones up. Beautiful. Then I'd like you, if you can, if you are in tabletop, we're going to make our way to our forward fold. So walk your hands towards your feet. And here, of course, you have the option to bring a yoga block to raise the ground to meet your body. And we're going to just let our body kind of hang here in our forward fold here, letting the head release, letting the back of the legs release. This can feel almost a little bit combined between the stress and the rest. So we've got this beautiful release of the upper body, but we're also maybe feeling a bit of that stress in the back of the legs here. So let your head just dangle down. Release the shoulders, kind of finding that beautiful balance. You can feel the back of the legs working. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and let the head drip down a little bit more, almost in a complete rest and release. And maybe let the head just shake. No. And then maybe let the head shake yes. Beautiful. Excellent. Now let's completely let our upper body release. Maybe extend the legs long and just notice the back of the legs here. Maybe if your knees are bending, and maybe you want to extend the legs again just to feel a little bit of that work in the back of the body here. Good. Let's go ahead and now we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. I want you to really focus on the back of the body here, pulling up through the core, rounding the body like you would be a caterpillar, kind of rolling its body through one movement to the other as you make your way up to standing. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulder blades back. Open up to the chest, and then we're going to go ahead and breathe in, reaching tall with the arms, and we're going to take a big lunge forward with the left foot, making our way into our crescent pose here today. So as we're here, we're going to deepen into this crescent pose, opening up that right hip. You can maybe feel that opening from the right hip all the way down into the inner thigh here. Arms are outstretched. Maybe that feels good. Maybe it doesn't. You want to rest the arms down to the side. We're going to just reach or let your arms rest. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to do a little combined work here. So as we're going to bend that bottom knee, we're going to find a little chest expansion. So we're going to open up and then we're going to reach up tall, extending that back leg. So a little bend of the knee and an opening of the chest. Beautiful. And then reach tall. And then reach, bend, and lift the chest, bending that back knee, and then lift up one more time. And then bend. And then reach. Beautiful. Let the arms completely rest down to the side. Reach into that left foot. Take that right foot back. And I want you to find yourself in Tadasana in your mountain pose. Now we're going to take a moment here just to completely rest the body. Ground into the feet, let the arms rest down towards the side, let the shoulders release. Just take a moment of pause here. Felt that work in that right leg. Maybe work in the arms, let them feel soft. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and breathe in, reach the arms all the way up over our head, press into the right foot, and we're going to extend the left leg back, finding crescent pose on the other side. So I find for me, I feel comfortable on the ball of my foot. However, if you feel better to go into more of a warrior one pose, please do. So from here, bending into that front knee, we're going to expand and open up the heart and bend into that left knee. So you're kind of doing a little bit of a lunge here. Breathing in, reach the arms and extend the left leg. Remember, for them. Bend in, open up, feel that work. And then reach tall, extend the arms. 2 more, open up. You've got it. And then reaching tall. 1 more time, breathe in. You know you have some rest coming. So let's take this moment just to notice this stress part of our workout or our practice today. Release the arms to the side. Press into that right foot. Take the left foot forward. Let the arms just drift to the side. Maybe you find Tadasana. Maybe you just let your body kind of rest here. Take a moment. Soften the body, release the shoulders. Take this moment of rest. Beautiful. Excellent. Now we're going to move through a little bit of a sun salutation one. And we're going to do the full expression of the sequence here. So bring the feet hip distance apart. Palms are going to open. We're going to take a nice big inhale of the arms overhead. Lengthen the body tall. Exhale, forward fold. Find yourself releasing the back of the neck and the back of the legs. Inhale, come into your half arch, lengthening the spine. Exhale, let it go all the way down. Take that right foot, find that low lunge. And then take the left foot, find a downward dog. Now from here, let's roll ourselves forward, pull the belly in, find your plank and or your kneeling plank. Come down, chaturanga. Shoulders back, tops of the feet onto the floor. Press up, find your cobra. Now, you are familiar with your half sun salutations. Remember, you could always do that as an option. Come back down to the floor. Curl the toes under, press into the hands. Let's transition through a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take that left foot to the center, and I would like you to sweep that right leg up into your 3-legged dog. Square off the hips. Exhales, bring it all the way forward. Good job. Find that low lunge on the other side. Take that left foot forward, forward fold. Beautiful. Bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way tall. Beautiful. We're going to come into our chair. Now, from here, I want you to shift the shoulder blades back, pull into the belly, find your spine nice and long. You can feel that work in the legs here. Feel it in the glutes, maybe feel in the arms. If your arms need to rest, then take them to your hands to your chest, I mean. Beautiful. I want you to hold here for another 2 more breath cycles. Remember, rest is coming. Beautiful. Let the arms release. Let the legs lengthen. Take a moment of pause here. Breathe in. Feel the arms releasing, the jaw releasing, the eyes softening. Almost imagine your body is kind of melting down to the floor. Always this thought of we can't have one without the other, right? We can't have stress without rest. We can't have rest without stress. Otherwise, we wouldn't know how either feels. If we're always stressed and we never rest, we don't necessarily have that ability to connect to that rest and the importance of rest if we don't know it. So just enjoy this moment. Let your body just feel soft. Let your thoughts even be soft. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and do our sun salutation on the other side. Breathe in, take the arms out. I want you to feel that energy through the body. Exhale, lean forward, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, come into your half arch, lengthening the spine. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. This time, take your left foot back, find your low lunge. Take your right foot back, find your downward dog. Press down into the heels, press into the hands. Roll your body forward, reach to the crown. Find your plank position here. Press into the hands and the shoulders. Bend the elbows, drop to the knees if you'd like to for your chaturanga. Come down to the floor. Shoulders roll back, open up the heart, pull up into your cobra. Let your chest expand. Pull your belly in. Exhale, let go down to the floor. Curl the toes under. Use the arm strength to pull you back into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take your right foot to the center of your mat, and we're going to lift that left leg up into our three-legged dog here. Square off the hips. Exhale, bend into that left knee. Bring it forward, low lunge. Breathe. Take that right foot forward, forward fold. Let the upper body release down. Bend into the knee, sweep up, lengthen your body tall. Shoulders back, shift into your chair, Utkatasana. Now press into the heels, energize through the glutes. I want you to feel as if almost like you can roll the the thigh bones around the bone here. So really feel that strength through the muscles of the upper part of the legs. The hips are back and you've got that nice long back to help protect the low back. Core is on. Arms might be reaching. Beautiful. Now let it go. Release the arms. Find yourself at the top of your mat. Release the shoulders, the eyes. Connect into the breath. Find that ujjayi, your victorious breath. Take a nice couple of deep breaths to the belly. Just enjoy and bask in this glorious moment of rest here, just celebrating the need to do nothing but just be. Fantastic. Now, when you're ready, we're going to breathe in and sweep the arms up all the way tall. Breathing in. Beautiful. And exhale, release the left hand to the side. Find your side bend. Beautiful. Inhale back through center. Find your side bend on the other side. Beautiful. Breathe in, find your reach towards the sky. Exhale, take your right foot back. Warrior one stance. Arms are going to be outstretched. A slight 45-degree angle of the back foot. Now, from here, we're going to shift warrior two. Breathe in, extend out the arms, shoulder height, gazes forward, drop the shoulders. But I want you to feel really solid here. You can feel the work in the arms. You can feel the work in the legs. Beautiful. Now we're going to flow here. Breathe in, extend the front leg, extend the arms. Breathe out, exhale, release. Remember that moment of pause? It's there. It's there. It's just around us, right? It's subtle, but there's this little like, easy. And you're still working, but just absorbing that little moment here. Beautiful. Two more. Good. And last one. Beautiful. Now arms are going to outstretch. We're going to lean forward, open up into our reverse warrior. Now roll that back shoulder, open up the front chest, gaze is up to the sky, maybe if that feels good for you. Now notice what we're doing here. We got a lot of work in the front leg. Lift up through the chest. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and transition through warrior two. Extend the front leg, and we're going to come into our triangle. Palms are going to face forward. Right hip is going to kick back. We're just going to lean into our triangle here. Now, as you're here, arms are still working. Remember, you can always release the arm if you need to, but I want you to really kind of explore this idea of stress in a positive way. Let that inner thigh really feel the work here. Feel the work into the arms. Beautiful. Take that top arm, and we're going to reach it back, and we're going to come right into a reverse triangle. Keeping that front leg extended. Can maybe feel a little work through the inner thigh here. Beautiful. Transition back to warrior two. Beautiful. One more round of our flowing warrior twos. We're going to breathe in. I'm going to do about 5 of these. Exhale, breathe out. Really going to enjoy this break when we get it. Good. And then down. Breathe in. And then reach. Beautiful. I think this is 5. Beautiful. Let's do one more just for good measure. Beautiful. And find our way into warrior two. Pivot that back foot, twist forward, coming into your crescent. And let's go ahead, balance into that left leg, come forward at the top of our mat, release the arms. Oh, take a few nice big breaths here. Let everything just rest here. Maybe even just let the arms rest down to the side, palms facing the outer edges of the thighs, shoulders feel heavy and pull down towards the earth. Try to soften your breathing. Notice if you've got a little skip in the breath here, maybe it's feeling a little bit heavier. Try and regulate that breath. Soften every part of your body. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and do that exact same thing on the other side. I'm going to make my way to the other side of my mat. Beautiful. We're going to start with the left side. So breathe in, reach tall. Arms outstretched. We're going to release the left hand down to the side. Find your side bend. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left, right arm down. Lateral bend. One more time. Breathe in and release. Breathe in and release. Excellent work. Breathe in. Both arms extend up towards the sky. This time, let's take the left foot back, finding our warrior two, adjusting that back foot. So when you're here, make sure those knees are tracking beautifully. You've got a slight little external rotation or internal rotation of the hip, really reaching up. Beautiful. Now we're going to transition warrior two, extend the arms. Now here's where we got some work here, right? We're going to first make sure that we're grounded. Arms are outstretched. They're relaxed with the shoulder, but you still have some work here. Press the feet into the floor. Energize, gazes forward. Now we're going to go into our moving warrior twos. Breathe in. Beautiful. And breathe out and let it go. Energize through the front quadricep. Feel the work in through the arms. Beautiful. So maybe you're not going up too tall. I love that you've made some modifications here. This is so good. That makes me so happy. Because that tells yourself that I'm going to do what works for my body, right? That to me is power. Talked about that last week in last week's class. Beautiful. One more time. Breathe in. Beautiful. Now arms are going to outstretch. We're going to extend that front leg, kick the left hip back. So remember, we're going to go into that Trikonasana. Palms forward, shift forward, finding our Trikonasana. So I've got my hand kind of in the inside part of my inner thigh, but I'm trying to really make sure that if I had a little bit of a panes of glass in front and back of me, I try to be between them. So I'm nice and long. I'm not rounding forward. So try to explore that. Sometimes bringing the arms to the outer edge might feel a bit more accessible that way. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to pull that top arm. Keep the arms long. Feel that work in the body. Reach in. Find that reverse triangle. Beautiful. That's it. Excellent work. Beautiful transition right back into warrior two. Arms are feeling that work here. Let's flow one more time. 5 rounds. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. That's it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last one. Let's meet ourselves in our warrior two. Let's pivot that back foot, shift ourselves forward, finding our crescent pose. And let's go ahead, bring that back foot forward, and let's completely rest our body here. Letting the arms just drift down. Let the body weight kind of come down towards the floor. You really got this sense of a pull of your body melting down. Just coming down off that beautiful stretch of work here. Fantastic. Excellent. Now we're going to build on shortly in a moment our balancing poses that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. We're going to do similar to what we did last week, our tree and then our figure 4. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and let's pivot to the long part of our mat. Perhaps you don't have to if you've got space on your mat to see. And we're going to go into our tree pose to start with again. So from here, let's go ahead and find our tree pose by opening up our left hip, anchoring into our right. And then let's go ahead. We're going to build on this tree. So this is where we're going to take our tree pose and we're going to build on the work phase, but we're going to do so in a sense of trying to be here a little bit longer. So work doesn't always have to be the adding of resistance, right? Adding of stress. It could just be hanging on a little bit longer, kind of time focused. So you can explore different avenues of your tree. Maybe you take your arms and your branches out. Maybe you keep them at your heart. We're just going to do this work here by taking one breath at a time. Feel the inner thighs working. And then let it go. Beautiful. Release. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to go directly into our figure 4. So left ankle over our right, same idea. We're going to add a little bit more intensity, a little more stress to the body with time. Shift into the heels, kick the hips back. Find yourself kind of coming down. And remember, however far you come down, make it work for where you are today. Just try to release into it. So remember I talked about moments, right? There's a little bit of awe going on in here, right? You feel the work, but there's also a bit of release here. Isn't that beautiful? That beautiful marriage between the two. You can feel you're working, but you can also feel this release of the muscle. An opening of the hip. And then release. Good job. Now, before we go to the other side, let's take that moment of pause. Just release the body, whatever feels good for you. Just kind of let everything kind of drift away from the ears. Good. Let's go ahead and find ourselves on the other side. Beautiful. Open up that right hip. Take it to the shin. Take it to the inner thigh. Whatever version, wherever you're at today, remember your tree is beautiful. Now you want to find that balance here. So remember, we're coming towards center to the inner thigh here. So a little bit of pressure of that foot into the inner thigh and that inner thigh into that foot. And that's really going to bring us into a beautiful place of that centered balance, that place where we're kind of working in the middle of our body here. And it also helps just to really focus on keeping balanced and to the center. Just a few more seconds. And then let it go. Nice job, everyone. Beautiful. Well done. Now we're going to go into that little ah moment just before we transition. Let's go ahead and find our figure 4. Cross it over and hips back. Oh. Just coming to this again, that little bit of that connection of and work, right? You can it feels really good, I hope. But you feel the work, but you're also feeling a bit of that moment. Try to ease yourself into this. Nice. And then let it go, everyone. Just let it go. Oh, beautiful. Now I want you to take about 5 breaths. Let the arms drift to the side, roll the shoulder blades back, and just take a moment here to take that moment of rest. Maybe close your eyes. Beautiful. Good. Now let's go ahead. If your eyes are closed, open them. Let's breathe in. I'm going to make my way to the top of my mat and I'm going to breathe in, reaching tall. Exhale, swan dive all the way down to the floor. Oh, let the upper body release. Let the back of the legs do some work. Breathe in, find your half arch. Breathe out and let it all the way go. Let's take that right foot back, find that low lunge. Now we're going to find a nice long low lunge here. Reaching back with that right foot, right hand is going to press down to the floor. We're going to do a little twist here. Opening up. Remember, we're going to just find that rotation as far as feels comfortable. Maybe arms are outstretched. Beautiful. Now come back through center. We're going to shift into that left foot. Bring that right foot back, still in our forward fold. Take that left foot back. Find that low lunge on the other side to invite our twist. To the right, opening up the heart. Feel that work at the back leg, in the upper body. Beautiful. Nice. Take that arm down and let's bring our right foot back. Let's come to child's pose, knees wide, big toes together. Press back, head rests down, arms outstretched maybe. Let the back of the body relax here. Take a nice few breaths into the nose, down the spine. Release the hips. Beautiful. Now we're going to take 2 more deep breaths here, and I just want you to invite that rest into the body. Let it happen. Try not to strain. Remember, you've earned this rest. Good. Now let's go ahead and we're going to take our hands over to the left side. It's probably one of my favorite poses. It's kind of, it almost is like that good mix between rest and work, right? You get that stretch, but you're also feeling pretty, hopefully pretty relaxed here. Nice. And let's walk our hands through center. And then over to the right side, taking that left arm out just that little bit further. Relax the head if you can. Beautiful. Let's come back in towards center. Beautiful. And we are going to swim our feet over to the other side, and we're going to get into Janu Shirshasana. So a little hand to big toe. So we're going to extend the right leg out and then bring the left knee in. So we've got a little bit of that, almost like it's half butterfly pose here. Leg is going to extend. It's going to be really great to open up the hips here. So we're going to take that right hand, we're going to just rotate towards the left and take that right hand out and maybe hook on to the ankle or the shin or the big toe, depending on what feels good for you. Now here, maybe we're just going to keep our hand kind of hooked onto our left hip as we find this lateral, kind of the side bend here. If you'd like to take your arm up, this is going to feel like a little bit more, but I want you to explore what feels best for you here. So maybe keeping the arm down. And there's a little bit of that sense of strain in the body here, just kind of working to keep that side body nice and long. Good. And let's come back in towards center, lift up tall. Whew, beautiful. Let's take the left leg out, right leg in. Beautiful. And then twist again towards the right. Take the left hand out. We're going to go ahead and reach towards the big toe or the ankle or the shin. Hand can rest at the hip. Chest is open here, so feel that expansion. Explore with the upper arm. Beautiful. And then go ahead, come back up through center, reach tall. Good. Let's go ahead and extend both legs, finding our staff pose, nice and long. Now, I like to usually sit up on a blanket here. It really is a bit more ideal in terms of being able to make sure that you've got your pelvis nice and neutral. So if you do have a blanket to prop yourself up on, go ahead and put yourself on that because it really does give us a little bit more room. So from here, reaching tall, just this position alone can feel quite energizing and also quite work centered. Take the hands, set it to the side of your body, and I want you to press the hands into the floor and really find that lift through the spine here. So the sits bones are down, but you've got this lift of the spine, almost pulling away from the pelvis. And you've got your arms here that you're working to help really lift through the body. Keep those feet flexed. You get the back of the legs here. Beautiful. Now, stay tall. We're going to release those arms, bring them overhead, and we're going to get a little bit of this rest moment here. Staying tall through the spine and then round forward. Let your arms rest wherever they want to. So this can be an active pose or a very more passive pose. And I want this to be passive. I want this to be restful. And just kind of allow yourself to relax into it. Good. Good. And slowly make your way to a seated position. And let's go ahead and bend our knees. So with our knees bent, we're going to go into our boat pose. So boat poses are great to really strengthen the core. So you can keep your hands behind your thighs, but I want you to pull again, thinking about what we just did, pull the spine away from the pelvis so you're nice and long through the spine. Feet ground down, shoulders roll back, lean back with that nice long back. Maybe you keep your hands here. Maybe you explore reaching the arms out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open your heart. You look beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and roll ourselves down vertebrae by vertebrae, maybe a little thump of the body. And let's find that rest. Knees in towards the chest. Pull the sacrum away from the rest of the body. And let's just flow here, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to do some leg circles. Maybe you want to do some, hip circles. Maybe you want to do some stir the pots, whatever feels restful for you. Maybe you just let your feet knock together in constructive rest pose. Whatever it is that your body's saying, listen to that. This is your opportunity to just rest. Beautiful. Good. And then whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and make our way back in towards center. And we're going to go into our supine twist. So taking the hands out to a strong T and maybe shifting your pelvis a few inches to the right. We're going to twist towards the left. You are absolutely welcome to turn your gaze towards the opposite side if that's something that feels good for you. Good. And then let's go ahead and pull back up through center. Reset our sacrum back at the middle of our mat, and let's do the other side. Take the hip over just a bit and then over to the right. Good. And then come back through center. Oh, reset. And let's go ahead and take our block for our candlestick pose and or your yoga, your bolster, or maybe if you don't have either, we'll go ahead and set that block or the bolster underneath the sacrum. Let the hands rest to the side, and however you want to get there, maybe you take your right foot in and then your left. And then when you're ready, slowly lengthen the legs. You want to ground into that sacrum. So let the sacrum stay on the block. Maybe close your eyes here for a moment or two. Great. And slowly release the feet down to the floor. Maybe one foot and then the other. And now let's go ahead and take our block and we're going to go right into our Shavasana. So the ultimate form of rest here. And I want you to do whatever you need to completely allow your body to be at rest with no need to work the body in any way, shape, or form. So just really absorbing this restful space. I'm just going to put my little timer on so we don't all fall asleep. But because we are going to really enjoy this rest part today. So let's just get ourselves cozy and comfortable, whatever and however you want to relax your arms. And let's just begin our Shavasana by focusing on the inhale and the exhale. Maybe allowing the breath to really help dictate the release of any stress in the body. So just feel the body kind of melting down each time you take your exhale. Now, sometimes when we come to this space, we unconsciously start to drift our minds into different places of things that need to be done. I'm going to really encourage you today to try to shut the door on any of those thoughts when they pop up, just for the next few moments, to really encase and enjoy a full rest. Now let's begin. If you'd like to, if you want to stay here a little longer, please, I encourage you to do so. Otherwise, let's begin to invite a little bit of gentle movement in the feet and the hands. Just starting to stir ourselves back to the present moment. And do so with this sense of just the softness of moving the body, no strain, just kind of ease. Good. And then when you're ready, maybe you just take a little good morning stretch. Oh, again, this is all up to you. Oh, I'm going to give a little yawn in there too. If you'd like to, you can roll onto your favorite side. It's that little gift that we give ourselves. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's go ahead and we'll just slowly take that top arm and press ourselves up into an easy seated pose. Yay. Again, totally optional. Choose what works best for you. I know a few of us could really just want to be here for a little longer. Ah, beautiful, everyone. Let's go ahead and take a nice clearing breath in, kind of finishing where we started. So when you're ready, if you'd like to, sweep your arms, breathe in. Oh, and breathe out. Meeting our hands at heart center. And just gently bow your head down to your hands in recognition of the light that shines within us all. May your heart always stay warm. May your smile always stay broad. And may the light that shines in me honor and see the light that shines in you. Namaste. Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, there they are. It's like the gift. I get to see my hearts and I get all fluttery. Well, everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, it's such an honor to practice with you. I wish you a glorious weekend. Thank you so much, everyone. Namaste, everyone. Bye. Love the hearts.